I go ahead.
I called my brother Byron.
Byron, okay.
Byron, you want his whole name?
No, it's okay.
And my brother, he retired out of the Marine Corps as a 2-star general. So I told him I was doing bad, shooting bad in Atlanta. And so he told me, he said, look here, my best friend is over Dobbins and Lockheed Base in Marietta. He said, let me call him and I'll hit you back in a few minutes.
Okay.
About 15 minutes later, I got a call. And the man told me, he said, your brother Byron told me you need some work. He says, I got a nice job for you, starting off $93,000 at Lockheed. So I said, well, first, before I go any further, sir, let me explain something. I just got released from prison. I maxed out on an aggravated assault where I shot 4 people that tried to rob me. He says, at this time, this conversation needs to end. You are not allowed on Lockheed or the Air Force Base. He said, don't even come try to get in. He said, we won't let you in. And so from that day, I faced trial and tribulation.
So what do you do for, I mean, how do you handle not getting a job and things of that nature?
Well, the thing about it is, you know, I feel that when you serve your time, you know, you get your citizenship back once you're free.
Supposedly.
And today, I still can't get an apartment.
Really? Because of your record?
Because of my record.
Wow.
I can't live in society.
Wow.
You know, I can't rent an apartment because I defended myself.
You can't even really make the living that you want to make. You probably can get enough. You probably can make a living, but
I have to live on the street with my money in my booth, which is about, I'm saving up for an apartment. I got about $2,200 on me, and I'm saving up trying to get an apartment, but they won't let me rent. I don't know what I can do. I'm trying to.
You know, what about getting a private owner?
Well, see, the private owners are running checks on.
Yeah, all of them not.
Well, but
the majority of them are what you're saying.
Yeah, I haven't been successful to find an apartment yet. So I'm praying to God that I can find one. At the present, I'm trying to find out if I can take the city of Atlanta, HUD, and the fair housing to court because I'm saying that they are really discriminating towards people who have served their time, and then they're telling you don't have a right to live in society.
Well, I understand I'm not going on the base. I understand that totally, because I know they don't allow you to go on that base with record like that. But I don't understand, you know what I mean, why is it so difficult for you to get it? And I hear everybody say it's very difficult to get a job once you have a record.
You know, the bad thing about it is everybody talks about the homeless. The homeless are human beings. We're trying to get off the street. I don't want to be on the street. I'm ashamed.
I understand.
But when you look down at me because I'm on the street and I'm trying to get off the street, and then I go to the city of Atlanta and they're telling me, you know, that they got a homeless act called Title 24.
What's Title 24?
Title 24 was set down by Congress 18 years ago. And that act, when they set it down, they sent it down to HUD. When they sent that act down to HUD, HUD sent it down to all the cities throughout the United States. Meaning that if a person meets the criteria of living on the street or in a shelter, they can come down to room 1200, where Joyce Harris over Housing and Planning Development is the supervisor. And once you complete your application, they will give you an apartment. I went there. And when I got there, I found out how corrupt it was. They were stealing identity of the homeless. And I went to HUD, and they threatened to kill me.
You kidding?
You know? So I mean, I'm back on the street.
It's interesting, man.
I didn't want to. I even went to the Senator Saxby Chambers' office, and I filed a complaint on HUD with the senator. But no one has said nothing to me.
And this is going on here in Atlanta?
All in Atlanta. These black officials, they say one thing and they're doing another. And this society we live in, it's wrong for the mayor to set out programs that deter you not to go any further. To hold you down in poverty. Don't you know if the Homeless Act Title 24 was put into effect, really?
It'll be a lot of people off the street.
A lot of people will be off the street. There's no reason, no justification that the mayor of Atlanta can have for what he done to me. See, I know that he knows I know it.
You ever met him?
Yes, I have. I voted and campaigned to put him in office.
Wow.
And this is the things I got.
You get. Well, I'm gonna hear your story, man. What's your name?
My name is David Davis.
David. Pleasure to meet you, man. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this on my website. I'm gonna give you my phone number so we can stay in touch, so you can tell me what's going on in your life, your daily life.
My phone number is 770.
No, you can give it. You can give it. You can give it.
728-5447.
770.
728-5447.
Sounds good. Okay. Well, this is taglive.com.
If someone has an apartment that they're willing to, I'm on disability. My income is about $700 a month. But I want to pay my rent. I want to get into an apartment that's in a safe environment. I don't want to be living in a bad environment, but a decent environment.
At least decent.
Where I can bring my grandchildren. My grandchildren haven't seen me because they can't spend no time
with
me.
I understand.
On the street.
Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep society informed. So I'm gonna give you, we're gonna stay in touch. You know what I mean? Every week you tell me what's going on in your life. You know what I mean? That way everybody out there can see, what's going on in your life. Yes. You know what I mean? And then maybe they can help you out. I'm sure they can. But we'll end this conversation right now.
Thank you.